Claire, is it looking at me? Claire,
No,
over here? Is it coming to this voice?
Tim, stop. It's not looking at you, it's actually looking at them.
Right. Is it looking at anything?
Hey, Bob.
It's
How we
looking at
doing?
that.
Hey, Andrew, how are you?
Good, how are you?
But that just means we're already live, so.
Shit, look.
Yeah, it's cooling off right
Oh,
now.
yeah. All day, too.
It'll be cooler tomorrow.
Yeah. Let me get on my lawn.
All right, guys, I will tell you that we're on, okay?
We're still, we went to that deer run, I think I told you.
You guys are live and you're online.
He made us 2 spots. We got probably
I
quarter.
don't think they heard.
Oh, nice. Where you go out there? Go out there.
I just started swearing. Okay, so you guys know you're on.
Tomorrow's ballot, he's the president.
Yeah, okay. I'm just letting you know, because I want to make sure it works.
Thank you.
Well, right there. But you're also on pictures, so don't do anything really.
The new
So we're
Nice.
Yeah.
Did we get the air
Yeah.
conditioning?
Because they had lockers earlier this year.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
they just-
That's
Oh,
what we
that's
did,
what
French
we
and new air.
30, 40 years.
Yeah, we are.
So that's, I think we have the AC.
Yeah, you know, the ones that go on the wall and do
Yeah,
the
mini
in
splits.
air. That's what they said.
When?
I don't know.
They go different places.
Westall is supposed to get
That's
them.
right there.
John Bolchuk wanted the Kumar money to go
That's
to.
where they were.
It was like 35,000
Plenty
hours.
is true.
So was it like 5%?
Yeah.
Alright.
Not sure the exact amount.
I think.
Which I think is completely permissible.
Oh, that's.
I'm- I made a
daughter, she just moved down here. Fall,
Even for that.
last her-
Because the way we like, we kind of just lost scope real quick,
So she's down there now.
in a way that made it seem like the board
Yeah,
was
same
acting
spot.
on private
Like, two
information.
trailers down. Yeah.
Because we,
She
the
just got
advisory
married.
committee didn't have access to the the total
Okay.
interest that had accrued and.
You mowing grass in front of
It
your
wasn't, like, there was
In
no
front of the studio?
bad actions for the appeals.
Yes.
Right?
So yeah, no, that's Ronnie's.
I can't really find on that, I will say we're
We
good.
got an hour.
Well, okay, that's fine. Well, for the
But
record.
it is good to know, I guess I was unaware. It says public purpose for
This deal would be nicer.
Yeah, Judge Lynch's decision very clearly says the money goes to public buildings. And I don't think that, I mean, it seems like the rest of the advisory committee was blindsided.
But I believe it or not, that is correct,
I don't
Tom.
even know.
All
All right, let's call the order.
All right, let's start for Blake first. We'll get this meeting going. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is the zoning board of appeals, Town of Rensselaerville. Everybody had a chance to read the minutes from last month? Take a minute.
Oh, March 24th, yeah, I wasn't here. Motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
I will second.
Cool. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries, no corrections or deletions. Okay. We're gonna, go over this one last time, and you're gonna give us the high spots. Just, real quick, and then, we're gonna vote. And put this thing to rest. Okay.
Sure. I'll make it very quick. I just want to get back to my lawn too. For the record, Taylor Palmer, with law firm Cutting and Fader, on behalf of the applicant. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the benefit of providing you with just some quick information to follow up from our last submission. As you were aware last time before you was back in March, we appreciate the scheduling of the special meeting tonight, which I know was because the 62 days would have come after your next meeting. The only item that is before you, of course, is what the applicant submitted is a plain reading of the text of the code, the one specific regulation highlighted by the building inspector in his notice of violation. We did provide a supplemental submission dated April 21st, which was in advance of your the components and pieces brought by the building inspector meeting. Just making sure, of course, that any new information or other sections of the code or other regulations that were referenced are not part of the decision before the board. It's the specific regulatory section he highlighted in the notice of violation. With that, we're making sure we're just requesting that the board not take into consideration other issues other than the one presented in the notice of violation. So we respectfully request effectively with that, that the board consider granting the interpretation or the determination that the applicant's trailers are permitted on the property, which is an improved property with a house and a studio structure without a permit in accordance with section 22E of your trailer law. That's all we have before you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Any last questions?
I want to say, just for the record.
Sure.
Okay. Is now? All right. So I just want to make clear that at the public hearing, my significant other did make comments that were opposed to the applicant's position. And over the past several months, I would consider some of the other townsfolk who appeared and spoke that I would consider to have a budding social relationship with. Just to make clear, I don't believe that those relationships in any way, shape, or form impair my ability to make an unbiased decision in this case. In essence, I don't agree that your client is being a good neighbor, and I don't like how it's affecting the neighborhood, people who were his friends. And I wouldn't accuse, I'm not accusing council of making any willful misrepresentations to the board, but I do have concerns over how truthful your client has been throughout the process. So in sum, I don't like what is going on as a townsperson, but as a neutral arbiter over the matter before the board, I understand the task at hand, and I understand what it is exactly that we are voting on. So I just want to make that all very clear for the record in support of.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, just one comment, not directly in response to that, and I failed to include it in my remarks. We did include it in our April submission, but I know that was a while back. We did, from the public comments, the applicant has noted in their correspondence that they agree also to move. I think there was a comment from the immediately abutting neighbor, so they have agreed to move that trailer away to a different location to not further affect the neighbor that commented. So while it's not related to the law or what's before you, to try and speak to the good neighborly component of this, they have agreed to do that. So they put that in writing and put that as part of your record as well, that they will move that trailer.
But it would still be on the property.
It would still be on the property. They just would move it out of I think the concern was where they had it in relation to that neighbor.
That was the concern right off the bat.
Yeah. So they've agreed to move that.
Out of
to
the
a different
view.
location. Out of the view of the neighbor. Yeah.
And the other one's not in the view of the neighbor?
Correct. But as far as I understand, that's correct, but there's one in particular. It's the letter that was submitted that the neighbor was unable to attend that meeting.
Well, the board conducted the public hearing.
I see some hands.
The public hearing's been closed.
Right.
Okay. So is there any other questions from the board?
No, sir. Not at this time.
You ready for a vote?
So maybe just to set the stage for the board, you know, how we got here. There was a violation issued that was appealed to this board. It's now pending before the board. Board classified it as a type 2 action under seeker, exempt from review. And the board scheduled the public hearing. There was proper notice provided. The board conducted the public hearing and the board closed the public hearing. Now it seems like the board has all the, and the board is essentially determined correct in being issued or not. This board's determination is not permitting one way or the other any other land uses. It doesn't exempt anyone from going to the planning board for anything. I don't know what would trigger that, but just wanted to clarify that for everyone. And I also understand the applicant stated they are agreeing that it's not an Airbnb short-term rental type of situation. That's an affirmative representation on the record, and it
Yes.
shall not be unless proper permits were obtained through other means. And the applicant also agreed about moving it to, I don't know which one.
Yeah,
The one that was
the one that was the neighbor's.
an issue.
The one that was an issue, correct.
So that's all for me, unless the board has any further questions.
No, I'm good. Good. All right. So take a vote for firm for the applicant. Or deny the applicant.
So I think just to be, we should be concise with the
Clear
language.
with it, right?
Yeah.
So what action does the board want to hold a vote on to uphold the notice of violation? Or deny the notice of violation?
Yep.
Okay, so if that's what the board wants to do, it would be appropriate to consider a motion disagreeing with the notice of violation issued to the applicant and finding that it was incorrectly issued.
All right, Counselor. Do I have a motion from the board for, I guess what the counselor suggested?
You want to verbalize it?
That we will either uphold or deny the application.
So someone could so move for a motion to,
We just want to make sure it's right.
right,
Yeah, we don't want to toggle on the terminology.
right, okay, so it'll be.
I'll make a motion. I will make a motion that I believe that the violation was insufficient and not granted, or not, shouldn't have been issued for having the 2 trailers on the property.
In turn, finding no violations.
Correct.
Okay.
I would second the motion based. The statute does not prohibit on homes that are not vacant. And thereby denying the notice of violation.
Okay, we have a motion, second, in favor,
I think we should do a
I
roll
think that was
call.
the second.
roll call?
We should do a roll call vote just for the record.
I was gonna go there anyways, but yeah,
Okay,
okay.
sorry.
No, that's fine, we're good. Let's start,
I'm in favor of my motion.
okay. Right, Chase.
I'm in favor of the motion.
I am also.
Aye, favor.
Chairman Tanner is also in favor. no negative, then I'll say the motion's passed.
Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate all your effort and of course coming in for a special meeting tonight. We know it's a lot.
Sorry it had to be such a long run. I get it. I understand. It's a problem, but as a board member, we have to go by what we're told and what we're
That
taught.
was almost painful.
Thank you.
We need to move to close. We need to move to close the meeting.
Well, hang on,
Okay.
No. We have any other business?
there's no other business,
Just
there's no other
reading,
business for this.
Okay.
No, this is.
were we gonna review? Do we have to review all
Yeah.
this?
How do we propose if the town board maybe try and facilitate some kind of committee on on updating the zoning laws to,
Well, this board could recommend that the town board reconsider this section 22 of
can I make a motion
to send a
to
recommendation.
send a recommendation to the town to revisit the language in section 22?
Sure, I think the best way to do this, motion to have the zoning board attorney write something to the town board recommending that this code section be potentially amended.
Revisit it, maybe, and
Revisit,
modified.
it's
Yeah.
the perfect word.
maybe reword it if they have to, or whatever the case is.
And maybe a recommendation for the establishment of a committee that encompasses members of the town board, zoning board, planning board, and any other interested
Like a
locals.
zoning rewrite.
Like a zoning.
Like a
committee.
zoning committee, like a zoning zoning code committee.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
We just went through all this not too many
Yeah,
years
they're not
ago.
good.
Just went through all the zoning here not many years ago. It was all updated to what it is today.
And we obviously have
Well,
some gaps.
there might be some issues
Well,
here,
well,
here or there, but I
there is and there
we
isn't. I
should
think at the
revisit
end of the
that
day,
section.
this
I mean, I think we have enough evidence right here that we could probably submit that to the board.
Fair to say.
We said your interpretation was wrong.
Right.
Okay, that was a motion now, so we need a second.
We're just waiting to finish discussing that. All right, do I have a 2nd
I'll second that
Oh,
motion.
Okay.
Favor,
I,
opposed? So moved.
So it's a motion recommending this committee be established and further recommending that revisions, that this town code section be revisited,
Yes.
essentially revised.
For this particular
Right.
section.
section 22, yeah.
I do think it's written inconsistently with the other subsections of,
I agree with you.
we went through that at the public hearing, each and every section, and this is the only one that specifies that it applies to vacant, that it only applies to vacant land.
And we can transmit the minutes of this, which I think captures a lot of the discussion and the materials submitted from the public and the applicant to point out where the issues are.
I agree.
So since that motion was approved, I'll draft something and share it with the board and then send it on to the town.
Perfect.
Fair enough.
All right. Is there any further business on this?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second?
Are we doing anything with these?
Yeah,
We're gonna have a meeting, right? Is it open meeting?
Well, I don't know. A lot of
I
times
don't
we
know.
just have an interview
How's it
and we
work
do it on the spot.
No, we were gonna
No.
discuss, we
Well,
were gonna discuss those
for the
tonight.
applicant, for the alternate applicant?
Right.
The board can go into executive session to discuss matters related to employment amongst other things. If there is a motion with no anticipated action from that executive session. If that's what the board wants to do.
I have. I don't have an issue with this. What I want to know is where did this come from? I've been on this board for 15 years. We've never had an alternate. And that way if someone was sick, a lot of times we didn't have, a quorum, which kind of stunk because if we have people here, you can't vote. I'm all for it. What I want to know is where did it come from all of a sudden? I mean, I just got an email about it.
And what's the expectations of, they gonna come to every meeting?
Right.
I mean.
Well, we kind of discussed that earlier. I'm in favor of that if you're an alternate, you need to,
Who discussed it?
we were just talking about it in there.
Oh,
In my
oh, oh.
opinion, that if you're an alternate, you should come to the meetings, even if you're not voting.
Well, you would have to.
Well,
No.
yeah, so you're kind of up to speed on what's going on.
Well, you'd have to, you wouldn't be able to just come to the meeting, just to vote,
Agreed.
I wouldn't think.
Yep.
But that's why I'm asking, what is we have, all we do, I found out is that they want to have an alternate for the board, and I'm not opposed to that. What is their job?
Claire, can you
You
show
just
shed any
said
light on this?
ZB, and it's on the side
I
out
know
front.
part of
I
the,
bet that's me.
Right.
I don't know, you're a board member. I don't know.
I know part of the reason was because you have such a small board that when one gets sick, that kind of shuts everything down for us to have a quorum.
Well, it
almost.
doesn't, because we still have three.
Right, but then if two people,
No, I
like
under,
what
three
happened
people would have to
twice.
not show up.
So I think what they were looking for is if there were other people out there that.
You hit the nail on the head, who is they?
I,
That's what I'm asking.
I believe,
You know what I mean? Where's it coming from? Where's all this after
Planning
15?
board
Where's
and
it coming
zoning board has always had an
There's only.
No, I've never had an alternate on my board in 15 years.
I believe it was the town board.
If I could just
because it was-
break in
I
for a
don't know.
second,
Yeah,
so I
and
think,
I just want some insight on it, where
well, I'm
this is
seeing it
popping
for the
up
first time tonight,
from.
but I think that when the town board, they passed a local law authorizing the ability to appoint an alternate to the planning board and the zoning board.
Okay,
That happened 10 years ago, potentially.
we never had one in that 10 years, I tell you that right now.
There's been a planning board alternate that
Mhm.
does not always come to the meetings. I think they pinch hit.
Mhm.
And maybe that's all I have on
Right, I
it.
got
Maybe it
you.
was just
Right,
closing loose ends.
yeah. And again, I'm not opposed to it, I just wanted to know what are the duties, is this person, because I've had people ask me about being the alternate. And what are the duties, do I go to every meeting? I don't know, I would assume so. Because if it's a voting issue, like you have a public hearing this month, and the next month we don't have a quorum, and that person has to, potentially vote and knows all about the ins and outs. I understand that would work. But if the person doesn't come to every meeting, that's not gonna work, in my opinion, that's not gonna work.
I don't disagree with you.
So
And
there
if you're
needs
not-
to be a little,
If you're not involved on a regular basis, what's your incentive to come to every meeting? You know what I mean? If you never.
right,
Tell them we don't have a quorum.
Right.
So,
Are we required to have a board of 5?
no, we're required to have 3 people for a
Well, I
quorum.
mean, like
Yeah,
this.
5 is our board.
We're
That's
set,
what our
we're set
maximum
at
is.
5.
I'm not.
Yeah, we
I'm not
didn't pass,
opposed to
the
it.
town didn't
No,
pass a
either, I
local
just
law
wanna know what the
expanding it.
duties are.
Oh, so we could have 7?
If they passed a local law
Oh.
adding more members.
Oh, okay, so we could pass a local law, have 7 and get both.
I will just point out, the town board could still just appoint the
Yeah.
alternate regardless of
Right.
what this board does. It's a recommendation
Mhm.
only. But I haven't seen anything from the town board. I just saw these.
Yeah, no, I was just curious where it came from, that's all.
All right.
Just like a.
But I will get the town's law where they pass that ability to appoint an alternate and send it to
I'm
you.
not
just
opposed, like I
statements.
said, I just want the board and everybody to know, I'm not opposed to it at all. I wanna know what the duties of this person is, because I've been asked, and I feel like a jackass when I say I don't know, and I'm on the board.
All right, why don't we adjourn the meeting and then go to executive session and we can discuss this and look at the applications. And
But
then,
we're not gonna make an action, so
No.
I think we need to come up with a game plan, maybe have an interview night instead of going into
Sure.
executive session.
well, we can look them over, that's all. That's
I've
it.
already looked them over,
Yeah.
like they were sent to me.
Okay,
So just procedurally, we won't adjourn the meeting yet. We'll do a motion to go into executive session to discuss matters potentially leading to employment with no anticipated action. And then we'll discuss the matters potentially leading to employment, and then motion to exit executive session, then adjourn the meeting.
okay.
Just
Procedural.
Fair enough.
I'll make a motion to enter executive session, to discuss the employment of an alternate.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move.
Thank you.
Good, Counselor.
Good night, folks. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Nice to